Okay, imagine you see a woman you are attracted to. After pumping up your confidence, well, you start to approach her. But before you get close enough to say, "How you doing?" she's giving you the once over and turned away. Or worse, she's definitely giving you the come hither signals, but when you get there, she instantly goes cold. Or perhaps the most heartbreaking of all, you've known her for a while and want to make a move, but every time you try, she ever so politely shuts you down. You don't know why, because as far as you can tell, you were fine. You were normal. You were being your best self. But fellas, there are things that register with a woman before you have ever said a single interesting thing, before she knows your name, before you've had one real conversation. Some of them are physical, but not in the way you might think. Then there are the turnoffs that come after you've revealed something about yourself. Those attraction killers are non-physical, but not in the way you think. Any one of them could be an instant deal breaker for a good woman. But the good news is you can fix all of them for low or no cost to your wallet or integrity. Fix all of them, and you will be miles ahead of men who don't know what you are about to learn. Welcome back to Just the Tip. Let's look at physical attraction killers first, because they are immediately fixable. Then we're going to look at the non-physical ones, and that's where you may have some big aha moments, because those are the ones almost everyone is guilty of. Now, to make the juice worth the squeeze for you, choose one thing to work on. Physical attraction killers. Number one. Dirty, unkept clothes. You spot a woman you would like to talk to, or you're showing up to a first date. You thought about what you say, but you haven't thought about the faded shirt with the mystery stain near the pocket that you grabbed this morning. Why? Because it smelled okay. The first 30 seconds before you have even opened your mouth, she is already taken in the whole picture. She's not thinking, well, maybe he's just casual. She's thinking, is this how he takes care of himself? Because how a man shows up to a first impression is, rightly or wrongly, a preview of how he will show up to everything else, with one exception. If you are running into her after a job site, a hike, or fixing something, completely different situation. Dirty from actually doing something, hello, handsome. Dirty from just not bothering, goodbye, grubby. The fix is super simple. You do not need a whole new wardrobe. Clean, reasonably well-fitting clothes free of obvious staining or decomposition. Look at what you are putting on before you leave the house. That's it. It's so simple. Key point. You don't have to be a fashion guy. You just have to look like someone who gave it 2 minutes, maybe 30 seconds of consideration. The cost, nothing. The signal, this man makes an effort. 2, bad smells. Body odor. None of your friends are going to bring this up. So your wingman must. Body odor is one of the fastest, most invisible attraction killers there is. Invisible to you, but not to her. It's not just about hygiene. At a biological level, it registers as a health signal. Because women were built to protect their babies from germs, they are more aware of germ evidence. Something involuntary happens in her. She might not even be able to tell you why she wasn't feeling it. She just wasn't. Men in the early stages of meeting a woman are especially vulnerable to this one. You're a little nervous, and stress creates stinky sweat. Plus, you may have gone nose blind to something that's been building gradually. And the people close enough to notice usually don't say anything. Simple fix, shower, especially before social contact, and use a proper deodorant. Rule of thumb, if it touches your armpits, wash it after a second wear. Yes, you heard that right. But if you have sweated in it or it's visibly dirty, wash it after one wear. Even if it smells fine to you, body oils can stain. Cost, minimal. Signal, this guy won't infect me. Which brings us to just the tip for older gents. As we age, women keep their sense of smell while men's sniffers become less sensitive. So also watch out for too much cologne. Also, along the same lines, the next one tops the list as one of the worst attraction killers. Number 3, teeth. Halitosis, staining, missing teeth. Your mouth is where the first kiss is going to happen. or not. And it's where she is looking when you speak, when you laugh, when you are close enough that it matters. This is true from the moment you approach her all the way through to those first few weeks of getting to know each other, if you get that far. Halitosis is almost always fixable. Staining from coffee or wine, fixable. Missing teeth, well, they're a bit more challenging and costly, but knowing your options and trying to do something about it is itself a form of self-respect she will notice. I have seen really solid, compelling men working against themselves every time they get close enough for this to register. Gingivitis, sorry, no kiss for you. Good brushing routine, floss, tongue scraper if bad breath is reoccurring. Visit a dentist. If you haven't been for a while, move it to the front priority. Not for dating, for you. Dental bacteria has been linked to heart disease. The cost, well, 0 to a lot, but it signals mouth she longs to kiss. The next instant attraction killer is common in men who have just come out of a long-term relationship or marriage. Number 4, ears, wax and sprouts. Now, this one sneaks up on men because it's literally in your blind spot. Visible earwax or nose and ear hairs get more aggressive as you get older, and it also happens to gradually stop registering to you, but not to women. What's going through her mind, and I say this with complete affection, if that hasn't been taken care of, what else hasn't? She files it under no thank you. Solution, basic grooming kit with a nose and ear trimmer, 5 minutes once a week, well-lit mirror. The return on investment is completely out of proportion to the minimal effort. Cost, almost none. The signal, you're safe to take a look at under your hood, sir. Key point, the details she can see tell her about the details she can't. That's the easy stuff. Now, let's look at some non-physical attraction killers that go deeper and call out some of the comments already posted under this video. Non-physical attraction killers. Okay, just like you have or should have standards, a good woman does too. So, non-physical number 1, a bad attitude toward women. Have you ever met a woman with a crappy attitude toward men? Bitter, guarded, making little adversarial comments, generalizing like it's a sport? Even if she's attractive, does that energy pull you in or push you away? Same thing in reverse. And I say this without judgment because some of you have been really hurt. It is valid. At the same time, bitterness bleeds fast. It might come out as a sharp joke when women come up, or a passing comment that shows maybe you're already a little defensive before she's done anything wrong. Or ghosting when she hasn't replied for a day on a dating site. A quality woman takes that as a red flag, just like you do. And while you may think it doesn't matter with the throwbacks, that mindset leaks through with the keepers too. She doesn't need a man with no history, but she does need a man who isn't already at war with her before you've even met. If you are still carrying something from a past experience, doing the healing work on that, not just suppressing it, is one of the highest return investments you can make for you. Key point. She can tell within the first conversation if you have got a chip on your shoulder, and it cancels out a lot of whatever you're good at and legitimately bringing to the table. Cost. Letting go can feel like self-abandonment, but it's not. Trust yourself to filter and choose well. The signal, this man isn't an excess baggage deal. And yes, this applies to women as well, along with the next one. Number 2, a bad attitude toward life. Here's the sneaky one. It hides inside what feels like honesty or being real, but it shows up as a default channel of low-level complaint. Traffic, government, job, the way things are going, nothing is quite right. The world is mostly a disappointment, and you are fairly willing to make sure whoever you are talking to knows about it. Doogie Downer. Honk for emphasis. Side note, this one doesn't just cost you before a relationship starts, it can end good ones as well. Men who have been together for a while and let their wife wear them down know what I am talking about, and you will see them in the comments. Now remember, women have a lower threshold to psychological stress, and the world is already plenty stressful. She is not attracted to a man whose negative attitude is a weight she has to carry on top of her own. Debbie Downers aren't the kind of going down you want, just like the reverse is true. You want a woman who makes your life easy and you hard. cost, agency, do what you can, where you can. The signal, lover mode. The next attraction killer is the worst. Now, before I reveal it, I want to thank you for being here and supporting my channel by sharing my videos, watching them, buying my programs, or joining my membership program. You are the reason I am able to continue making free content, and I truly appreciate you. Okay, now let's look at one of the most sinister of all the attraction killers, and too many good men are guilty of it. Having a, number 3, bad attitude toward yourself. This is the one men don't see coming because it doesn't feel like arrogance or bitterness and can feel like humility or even self-awareness. It shows up as constant self-deprecation that isn't quite a joke because it has an underlying self-loathing and a need for reassurance. Apologizing for things that don't need it, shrinking whenever things get uncertain, and looking for her to make it okay. Trash talking yourself about your lack of career opportunities or crappy friends or no friends. You're going to flip it around. Have you ever been with a woman who needed your constant approval or praise or validation or saving? Maybe you have never had a girlfriend and think, I would take it, but people who fall apart at the mildest feedback or need rescuing over and over from their own self-image are exhausting. Even if she cares about you, it is taxing because no amount of assurance fills it for long. For women, it's multiplied because women are natural caregivers, despite what it seems like out there, which is part of why they are stressed out. When a man comes in needing to be propped up, it triggers mom mode. And what do we know? Yes, mother mode kills lover mode. Key point, she can't be attracted to a man she's too busy trying to save. Cost to change, giving up victim mode. The signal, you are a man, not a boy. So have the courage to take care of your basic grooming for you. Have the courage to do a checkup from the neck up on your attitude for you. Then see how fast things change. Not just in relationships, but in life, which is where it counts. If it feels overwhelming, start with one thing on this list. You'll also want to watch the videos coming up that are 7 hard lessons about women most men learn too late in life. That one's popular because the sooner you learn them, the less time you waste. And the other one is 9 rules smart men follow that keep high value women hooked, the quality ones, kind you want. If you want ongoing guidance and real accountability, the Wingmam Inner Circle is where that happens. Scan the QR code or click the link. Lots of love. God bless.